So our next topic is maximum and minimum velocities to be generated in sewers. That is, the flow velocities in the sewer should be such that neither the suspended material in the sewage gets silted up nor the sewage pipe material gets scoured out. That is, silting and scouring has to be avoided in the sewers. So for that is, in order to limit the silting process, the minimum velocity has to be limited. Like that, likewise, in order to limit the scouring process, we have to limit the maximum velocity. Okay, so in brief, that is, in order to prevent silting and scouring process, we have to limit the minimum velocity and also limit the maximum velocity. That is, the velocity through the sewage should be between this minimum and maximum value, and that velocity is known as self-cleansing velocity. Okay, so first we can discuss about minimum velocity. And the silting of sewer can be avoided by generating such high velocities that would not permit the solids to settle down. So the velocity that would not permit the solids to settle down and even scour the deposited particles of a given size is called self-cleansing velocity. That is, if the sewage is flowing at self-cleansing velocity, there will not be a silting process. That is, the solids will not settle down. Okay, so the velocity that would not permit the solids to settle down and even scour the deposited particles of a given size is called self-cleansing velocity. And this minimum velocity should be at least developed once in a day, so as not to allow any deposition in the sewers. Okay, that is, if there is such deposition, that is, if such deposition takes place, it will obstruct the free flow, which will cause further deposition, and finally which will lead to complete blockage of the sewers. That is a problem due to the deposition of material. Okay, so that this type of velocity is known as self-cleansing velocity. So there is an equation in order to calculate the self-cleansing velocity, that is Vs. Self-cleansing velocity Vs is equal to square root of 8k divided by f into ss minus 1 into g into d. That is, k is a constant for and this k value for clean inorganic solids it is 0.04, and for organic solid it is 0.06. Okay, next f dash or f is the Darcy-Weisbach friction factor, and for sewage it is usually taken as 0.03, and ss is the specific gravity of sediments. So we can also use the notation g for specific gravity, or ss minus 1, then and g is the gravity acceleration, small letter g, and d is the diameter of the grain, and it is in meters. So this is the equation for calculating self-cleansing velocity, and the self-cleansing velocity you have studied in your geotechnical part and in FM also. Okay, so just go through that portion. So for removing the impurities present in a sewage, that is for sand up to 1 mm diameter with specific gravity 2.65 and organic particles up to 5 mm diameter with specific gravity 1.2, it is necessary that a minimum velocity of about 0.45 meter per second and average velocity of 0.9 meter per second should be developed in sewers. So that is, for removing the impurities present in the sewage, minimum the velocity should be 0.45 meter per second and average velocity should be 0.9 meter per second. So that is the requirement of minimum velocity. Next, while finalizing the sizes and gradients of the sewers, they must be checked for the minimum velocity that would be generated at minimum discharge, that is about 1/3 of the average discharge. Okay, so this minimum velocity has to be checked. And while designing the sewers, the flow velocity at full depth is generally kept at about 0.8 meter per second. Okay, that is, while designing the sewers, the flow velocity at full depth is usually kept as 0.8 meter per second. And this minimum velocity generated in sewers will help in following ways. That is, why we are keeping this minimum velocity, that is in order to have adequate transportation of suspended solids so that it will not get silted. Next, keeping the sewer size under control and preventing the sewage from decomposition by moving in faster. That is, if it move with this minimum velocity, the material will material will move in faster way, so there will not be any deposition of the solid particle, thereby preventing the evolution of foul gases. So these are the advantages why we are keeping advantages by keeping velocity as minimum velocity. Next is maximum velocity or non-scouring velocity. It is due to continuous abrasion caused by suspended solids present in the sewage. The interior surface of the sewer pipes gets scoured. Okay, this scoring is pronounced at higher velocities that what we can be tolerated by the pipe material, and this wear and tear of the sewer pipes will reduce the lifespan of the pipe and the carrying capacity. So in order to avoid this, it is necessary to limit the maximum velocity that will be produced in sewer pipe at any time. That is, if the velocity is very high, it will cause damage of the pipe material. So in order to prevent this, it is necessary to limit the maximum velocity through the sewer pipe. Okay, and this limiting or non-scouring velocity mainly depends upon the material of the sewer, and the limiting velocity for different sewer material is provided in this table. That is, for vitrified tile, this maximum velocity or limiting velocity is 4.5 to 5.5. That is, if this velocity through this vitrified tile exceed this 4.5 meter per second to 5.5 meter per second, what will happen? That pipe material will damage due to wear and tear or scouring, continuous scouring action. Okay, and for cast iron sewer, it has to be limited as 3.5 to 4.5 meter, and for cement concrete, the limiting velocity is 2.5 to 3 meter per second, and stoneware sewer is 3 to 4.5 meter per second, and brickline sewer it is 1.5 to 2.5 meter per second. So this is the maximum velocity, that is velocity which has to be limited. Okay, so this is about self-cleansing velocity, minimum velocity and maximum velocity which has to be limited in a sewer pipe.